Hello, this is Samantha from BBR Bunny Rescue, and here is our Bunny 101 class. Bunnies require unlimited hay, and in their diet it should be 80% grass hay, 10% veggies, 5% healthy pellets, and 5% healthy treats. Their teeth are always growing, so they need natural wooden toys to trim them down, and unlimited hay. This rabbit was rescued in our first year. His name is Roy. He was very neglected, causing severe overgrown teeth by not having a proper diet and toys to trim them down. So every 3 weeks he goes under anesthesia with an exotic vet specialist and has them trimmed down to prevent any pain or discomfort causing him to not eat, which can also be fatal. Baby rabbits, which are under the age of 6 months and nursing moms, should be fed alfalfa hay. Alfalfa hay is high in protein, fiber, and calcium, so that is better suited for pregnant bunnies and babies. But if they are an adult, then they should be fed any of the options on the bottom, which is organic meadow hay. Botanical hay is more like a tree. It has different flowers like chamomile, lavender, and clover. Orchard grass, hay blends, western timothy hay, and oat hay are great varieties. If you are allergic to timothy hay, then orchard grass is suitable to feed full time. Timothy hay is stemmier, so it grinds their teeth better, but orchard hay works and it's a little sweeter. There are different brands to choose from when buying your hay. So on the left we have Oxbow. Oxbow quarantines their hay for 3 months, which is really great for avoiding any parasites or illnesses like RHDV2. If you get another brand, see if they quarantine their hay. If not, just be very careful when bringing it into your home and checking thoroughly for any parasites like mice or lights, and sometimes you may get a foreign object in there. But do more. Hay Medley has timothy grass, orchard grass, and botanical hay. That one always smells really fresh and green. Rabbit Hole hay, Grandpa's Best, Stanley is Tractor Supply brand. So you can get, at this time, it is a 50-pound bale for $25, so that's kind of one of the biggest that you can get in store without getting a full bale. And to the right is a bale. You can get bales in 1 string, 2 string, or 3 string. We do 3 strings sometimes from a local farmer. If you do buy locally, again, just please make sure that it is safe for your bunny to eat, that it doesn't have any chemicals or fertilizer, and that it is all natural. Pellets are a type of kibble that are fed in addition to their hay. It's a very small amount, so it's more like a treat, but when they're babies, it's 7 weeks to 6 months, they should have unlimited pellets, so there are some options there that you can choose from. When they are an adult, which is 6 months to 5 years old, they should be fed an 1/8 cup a day, so that's a really small amount. We scatter feed it on the floor to reduce risk of aspirating. And we now use science selective house rabbit food. It's a larger nugget, which is important because we've had to do the Heimlich before on one of our rescue bunnies. The pellet just kind of got dislodged when we were using another brand that has a smaller pellet. So we transitioned over, and Science Selective has worked really well for us. But you can purchase the other ones here, like the Organic Bounty, Garden Select, or the one on the right. Senior Rabbits is 5 years and up. That has a small increase to 1/4 of a cup unless your exotic vet states otherwise, depending on their health condition. These are examples of bad pellets that are sold at pet stores. All of these colors and fruit usually are made to entice you to buy them, and a lot of this stuff is not safe, so the first ingredient should always be timothy hay, and you can see in the Sunburst the first ingredient is alfalfa meal. Again, alfalfa is just for babies or nursing moms, so this is geared towards an adult rabbit, but it has alfalfa meal. That one is a hard no. It has added salt, corn, all of that stuff is junk food for them and can cause obesity and other health issues. Added colors like red number 40, yellow number 5, blue number 1, and then all of that dried fruit is extra sugar, which can cause GI stasis, dental disease, and other health issues. This bunny says, I disapprove, end of story. There are different good treats that you can feed your bunnies. Fresh fruit are always a great option. And if you want to buy something bagged, like dried, freeze-dried fruit, anything that's dehydrated is okay as long as it's 100% that product. So for instance, the middle bag of Oxbow is banana treats. There's only one ingredient, it's 100% banana, nothing else. Same with the left of strawberry treats. So you want to make sure that the ingredients are safe for your bunny and there are no added sugars or extra ingredients in there that should not be. All of these are examples of junk food. So the Yo chips, drops with wild berry, drops with yogurt, all of those are dairy products and rabbits can't digest dairy, so we want to stay away from those. Katie is a tough brand. A lot of their stuff is not healthy for rabbits. And the honey treat sticks in this example have sunflower seeds, which rabbits cannot digest, so that is extremely fatal as it goes through their system and perforates their organs. The Timothy biscuits are really bad. They have ingredient lists that's like a mile long. And then the Bake Shop glazed donuts, all of these things look nice, they're colorful, they're bright, but they have terrible ingredients that can make your bunny sick. This bunny says, yuck, those make my tummy hurt. And then we have vegetables. Veggies should be introduced a small amount of a time, especially when they're young, so at 12 weeks. When they are an adult, they should have 2 cups of chopped vegetables per 6 pounds of body weight. In the first column here, the leafy greens number 1, those should be rotated every 1 to 3 days. So parsley, spinach, mustard greens, they can have that once every 3 days. In the middle group, there's leafy greens number 2. That has romaine lettuce, spring greens, fennel, bok choy, cilantro. Those things can be fed every day. We recommend going to the grocery store and just getting an organic spring mix. That has a variety of lettuces in there, and it's easy to just grab a handful or 2 and give it to them. Non-leafy vegetables should be no more than 1 tablespoon per 2 pounds of body weight. So a carrot has a lot of sugar in them, and that should be fed. We recommend a baby carrot a week, and that's a part of their fruit as well. It's a hit or miss on bell peppers. Some bunnies like it, some don't. The darker colored the better since it has more nutrients, but you can also give red or yellow bell peppers. We never feed iceberg lettuce, cabbage, broccoli, or avocado. Iceberg lettuce has no nutrients in there and it can make them feel full. It is gassy. Same with the cabbage and broccoli. If it makes a human produce gas, it'll make the bunnies produce gas, and they cannot pass gas very well, so all of that will get stuck in their GI tract. The avocado is toxic, so we never want to give any of those items. Here's a cute bunny eating some leafy greens. And then we have fruits. So a mature rabbit should have no more than 2 tablespoons per 6 pounds of body weight. So this can be, for instance, maybe for dinner, we'll give them leafy greens with an apple slice. And then tomorrow we could do 2 blueberries. The next day we can do 1 strawberry, or if it's a large one, we'll cut it in half and do half a strawberry. Banana is usually their favorite, but it has a lot of sugar, so that one is no more than 1/8 of an inch slice for a 5-pound rabbit, and we'll normally do banana at maximum once a week. Rabbits love to be on a schedule, so we do the pellets about 7 a.m. and then we'll do their leafy greens and fruit at about 8 p.m. at night. So once you have your schedule, we highly recommend sticking to it, because if they're expecting their pellets at 7 a.m. and it's 7:30, they are going to look at you crazy. They may start rearranging their furniture. They could flip their water if you're not using a heavy enough water. So they love to stay on a schedule. Rabbits naturally drink downward, so you want to have a heavy ceramic bowl or a gravity water feeder. We use a 1 gallon gravity water feeder that's pictured here for the rescue rabbits, so all of our rabbits have this type of water feeder or similar. Bottles are very hard to clean, most of them drip. They are dangerous because they have to put effort to get the water out of that hole, and they might not get enough to cause dehydration, which can be fatal. And it also, since it's hard to clean, they can build up a lot of bacteria. Rabbits drink as much as a medium-sized dog, so you can go with the half-gallon gravity water feeder if that's easier. We refill the 1 gallon twice a week, depending on the bunny. Litter box and bedding can be tricky at the pet stores because you have items like on the right that are really small and advertised for bunnies, but you can see that they can hardly fit in this type of container, which will cause them not to want to use it. They might miss it if their butt sticks out. So we recommend a cat litter box. The larger, the better. And we mostly use this blue one here. That one's on Amazon on our wish list. It's only, I think, like $7 right now. The one on the right's pretty cheap as well. You can get that at pet stores. Litter Buns is an amazing company in Canada, so that one has great, especially if you have a bunny that likes to sit in their litter box, causing them to get dirty. Every now and again, we'll have a rabbit that likes to sit in their litter box, or if they have incontinence issues or they're disabled, something like this would work really well since they can't roll in their poop. And she also makes ones with an entrance, like shown for disabled bunnies. For bedding, there is Carefresh, which is a paper bedding, Eco Straw, which is recycled paper in pellet form. And then you have the 2 pellet beddings there. They're pine pellets. We use this right here, Queen's Bedding, pine pellets. You can get it at Ace Hardware. It's a 40-pound bag for $9, and it's organic. So we compost all of the litter box contents and then till it into our garden. If you're interested, we can definitely tell you more about it. And to the right, the green bag, that is Tractor Supply's brand. They have a 40-pound bag for $8, so it's a little bit cheaper, but it's not organic. The ones on the right, such as the Critter Litter, Tidy Cats, that's cat litter, cedar shavings, and then regular pine bedding, that is not kiln dried, and it's very aromatic, and it has toxins that can trigger an upper respiratory infection in your bunny and is not safe. So they have very sensitive respiratory systems, and all of this is not recommended. Looking at your rabbit's poop is important to be able to tell a little bit about their health in that moment in time. So normal rabbit poop is at the top. It is firm, should be about the size of a pea, and represents a healthy, active rabbit. Underneath is cecotropes. These are a type of poop that is re-eaten. So the bunny will go to their bum and eat it straight there to absorb the nutrients that they know that they need because they didn't absorb it the first time. If you see a cecotrope in their housing area, it means that you may need to cut back on fatty or sweet foods. Small or elongated poop can represent different health issues like a tooth problem or digestive blockage. Hairy poop looks like a pearl necklace, so it is poop, hair, poop, hair, poop, hair, and that tells you they need to be brushed more and to increase their fiber and water intake. So we want to make sure we are brushing them. We recommend brushing at least once a week, but when they are molting, brushing every day really helps to prevent any hair blockages. When cats have a hairball, they can vomit to bring up the hairball, but rabbits cannot throw up, so they don't have the luxury of spitting it out, and that can cause a need for surgery. Poop with mucus, diarrhea, or no poop at all are all veterinarian visits. Rabbit urine can be different colors, such as golden, amber, red, and clear. Brown is dehydrated. They have normal calcium deposits in their pee, but if you see it gritty, kind of like a sludge, that is called bladder sludge in the urine. This can be from too much calcium in their diet, such as feeding the incorrect pellets, or too much of a vegetable that has high calcium. Blood and urine can look like droplets, such as these pictured in the pee, or the entire thing could be blood, and that will be thicker and a deeper red than red pee. Fun fact, rabbits have 28 teeth total. When they yawn, like the bunny in this picture, you can see the top 2 front teeth and the bottom 2 front teeth. The rest of the teeth are seen by an exotic vet specialist when they check their mouth to make sure their teeth are healthy and clean, that there's no dental disease or any peaks that need to be grinded down. To house a rabbit, we do require them to be indoors. So you can use a dog exercise pen as their enclosure, which is the required 16 square feet, a water bowl or gravity water feeder, the approved pellets, hay in the hay feeder, litter box with the proper bedding, toys for enrichment, and a hidey house. So on the left here we have Babette. She's on top of the castle, and her companion Dorian is kind of underneath the stairs there, the ladder. They have a cat tunnel, a digging box, lots of toys to chew on that are safe, their litter box, and rugs to prevent their feet from getting sore hocks, so you want something soft on the floor. To the right was her birthday party. Then we have other examples. The left here is like a bunny paradise, lots of pink, and they use the foam mat tiles, so you can use those as flooring as long as the bunny is not ripping and ingesting this type of flooring. To the right, it looks like a modern type of enclosure. I love that it's clear so that you can see through, so you can use like plexiglass. That is a little bit more costly, but I love the natural wooden trim because they can also chew on that, and they have a wooden doll bed. The enclosure on the left is sold on Amazon. The white is more expensive, but you can get the same thing in black and it's a little bit more affordable. And this is a great example of their home base, as long as they cannot reach the greenery at the top to chew it, since that is plastic. On the right side, that enclosure example is for bunny parents that have already bought a hutch because they didn't know that is not enough space, and you can use that as a hidey house. So we recommend unscrewing the door on the hutch and allowing the bunny to go inside when they want and leave back into their run so that they can zoomy and exercise and be overall a healthy bunny. Okay, so now we're getting into a little bit of health issues. We're only going to talk about GI stasis, but here is how to see if your rabbit is feeling unwell. Since they are prey animals, they will hide their pain, so it's important to know your bunny and changes in their behavior if they're showing signs like these postures here. Signs of pain is when they're sitting, hunched up, eyes are mostly closed or closed all the way. They don't want to move, and they may grind their teeth. Their teeth grind is more like a chat when they're in pain, so if you can imagine both jaws just clinking up and down repeatedly, that is the noise that they will make, so you'll be able to see it and hear it if you're close enough. If they're pressing their stomach on the floor and they're restless, so they'll kind of like push their stomach and sit, push their stomach and sit and keep going, they just can't find a comfortable position. This can mean something wrong in their stomach or accumulated gas from the GI stasis. If they're having difficulty breathing, such as open mouth breathing, head tilted to the sky, wheezing, or blue lips, if they're unresponsive, laying on their side, if they're having a seizure, which is rapid twitching, kicking, or shaking, changes to any grooming, if they're now all of a sudden dirty with dirty ears, if they're scratching a lot, if they have wet fur around their eyes, chin, or bottom, changes to normal activity or behaviors like all of a sudden being aggressive or spending less time exploring and interacting with you. If they have any changes to movement, such as limping, dragging their back legs, changes to their potty habits, if you notice they're having a smaller amount of droppings than normal, or if their poop changes shape or they have diarrhea. And lastly, changes to eating. So we like to do the pellets in the morning and the leafy greens at night to really see if there's a change between that approximate 10-12 hours, and see if they refuse their favorite food. If they don't want their pellets or the leafy greens when they're usually really excited for it, that is a big red flag to see that your bunny is not feeling well. GI stasis stands for gastrointestinal stasis, and that's when their GI tract slows down or stops moving. This is a symptom of an underlying cause, so GI stasis is an emergency, and once GI stasis is solved, you have to figure out what is causing it or else it'll come back. If your rabbit hasn't pooped or eaten in more than 12 hours, then contact your exotic vet specialist immediately. Signs of stasis are refusing food, so if they don't want their pellets, their favorite fruit, or leafy greens, refusing water, decreased fecal output, so less poop or no poops, lethargic, unusual body positions such as the last slide, teeth chatting, which is a sign of pain, hot or cold ears, silent or loud irregular gut sounds, so sometimes you can hear their stomach gurgling, and that is not normal. What are things that can cause stasis? So improper diet, like all that junk food that we talked about, those can cause GI stasis. Intestinal blockage, if they have excess fur or they ate something that they're not supposed to, like carpet, or unsafe food such as nuts or seeds. If they have pain from another medical issue such as dental problems, ear infections, respiratory sinus issues, those can make the bunny stop eating. Parasites and vector-borne illnesses like worms and coccidia, that can usually be determined by a fecal, so again, you'll want to go to your vet. Poison, toxic substances like certain houseplants or medications. Dehydration, especially if you're using a water bottle instead of a bowl. And then stress. Stress can cause them to go into stasis, such as moving, changing their housing area, let's say from indoors to outdoors. They are domestic bunnies and cannot survive outdoors with all the environmental factors, moving, and the death of a bunny bondmate. So if they are bonded, then if one passes, they can experience stress and depression. And so we want to be able to treat this as soon as possible. If your bunny is in stasis, you'll want to contact your doctor as soon as possible. They will most likely do x-rays, give prescription medication, and IV fluids. Force feeding Oxbow critical care is important as long as they don't have a blockage, because that can make things worse and can be fatal for your bunny. Force feeding is normal, so Oxbow critical care has an apple and banana flavor. That's our favorite. So you'll need a thick syringe. Liquid simethicone is baby gas drops. For instance, you would do 1 to 2 cc's every hour for the first 3 hours, and then 1 cc every 3 to 8 until their appetite and poop returns to normal. So this is for gas buildup. Practice your bunny burrito. This is important whenever you're giving critical care, and I'll show you a picture of it later. Keep your bunny as comfortable as possible, so make sure they have a fresh, clean litter box, hay, pellets, that they are warm and just in a calm environment. You can gently massage their belly to help with the gas and just give them comfort. Watch out for negative feedback loop of GI stasis. There are lots of ways to prevent stasis, so knowing your bunny and seeing any noticeable different behaviors immediately is very important. Providing unlimited fresh hay and water at all times. Limit their starchy and sugary foods. So we want to stay away from those junk foods. Don't give them cereal, crackers, raisins, anything crazy like that that family members may drop on the floor or think it's a nice, safe treat. So we want to stay with bunny approved foods. Housing your bunny inside with at least 16 square feet, which is a dog exercise pen, so that they can exercise, especially if you're not home. They do have space to roam freely in their bunny safe environment. Bunny proofing your house, like electrical cords. You can buy protectors to help keep those and your bunny safe. Cleaning the bunny's litter box often, so you know the last time that they went poop. Building a stasis emergency kit. I have a picture that I'll show you in a little bit. Know your vet and have regular wellness checkups. So this is important so that you're already established in the case of an emergency. They know your rabbit's normal vital signs, and you can usually get in quicker without having to go through a new patient exam. Have a bunny sitter that you trust and plan ahead, like if you're going out of town. Have a list of emergency contacts if they cannot reach you, and the name of your vet available. And groom your rabbit frequently. So you want to prevent excess fur from entering the bunny's GI tract, since again they cannot vomit or spit up hairballs. Here are some exotic vet specialists that we recommend. Head and Hills Animal Hospital is in Duval County. Most of these are in Duval County. And Dr. Parker is one of our favorites, so we take a lot of our bunnies to her. River's Edge Veterinary Clinic, Dr. Arbo. He currently does our spaying and neutering since he is the cheapest that we have found available. Avondale Animal Hospital has Dr. Antar. Pets Our Family Veterinary Hospital has Dr. Deckard. Birch Island Veterinary Center, and then Exotic Bird Hospital has Dr. Smith. Exotic Bird Hospital does require your bunny to be vaccinated for RHDV2, so when you book your new patient appointment, they will also get microchipped and vaccinated. If you have an emergency, like let's say on a Saturday night at 8 p.m., none of those are going to be open, so UF Small Animal Hospital in Gainesville is our closest 24/7 vet. You'll want the ZooMed team there, and they have a CT scan and everything to help diagnose and bring your bunny back to health. Rabbit's nails should be trimmed every 1 to 2 months depending on how fast they grow. If they have dark colored nails, I try to trim a little bit more often since I can't see the quick as well. For light or clear colored nails, in this middle picture here you can see the quick. You want to trim above the quick, which is the pink in the nail, so that you don't cause any bleeding or hurt them. If you do accidentally get their quick, then cornstarch or septic powder will stop the bleeding. The bunny burrito on the left is how you will fold. It's kind of like swaddling a baby, and this is good for whenever you are doing nail trims to prevent injuries, or if you don't have another person to help, we highly recommend 2 people. Vets will trim their nails, and we also will trim their nails if you're not comfortable, but we can teach you how. The bunny on the right is getting force-fed critical care, so that's what it looks like in the syringe. Picking up a rabbit improperly can lead to death or hind end paralysis. They think it's a predator picking them up, and they kick so hard that they break their backs and they'll try and jump out of your arms. So it's really important to pick up correctly, and that's why rabbits are not recommended for little children. We only handle them whenever we absolutely need to when picking them up for, let's say, nail trims or a general health check. This is how you pick up your rabbit. So it's one hand under the armpit and one hand on their butt, and then straight to your chest so that they feel like they are stable and protected in the comfort of your body. We can show you how to do this at the rescue, and again, we only do this when necessary, since some will tolerate it, but most of the time they don't like it. They will kick, they will wiggle, and that can be very dangerous. Once you have your new rabbit, of course, we want to bond with them. So sitting on the ground or even laying down, like this picture here, really lets your bunny sniff you all over and kind of get to know you. Having a daily routine, such as the pellets in the morning and leafy greens at night, will make them eager to see you, and also they are very food motivated, so that helps. Avoid picking them up or cornering them, especially in the beginning when they first get home and they're adjusting. Give your rabbits treats, but not too much. Pet them, keep quiet around the bunny, give them some space. Learn to understand the rabbit body language, so if they jump and they're flicking their feet, specifically their back legs, that means they don't like what you just did. If they nudge you with their nose, that means they want your attention. So there's different behaviors that they'll show to communicate with you. Give your rabbit toys, places to hide, and overall respect their boundaries. They love to be pet, especially from their nose, between their eyes and their ears. Like that's usually their favorite spot, so they'll kind of close your eyes, and then if you stop, they look at you like, hey, why'd you stop petting me? Never bathe your bunny. They have an internal temperature of 101 to 103, so whenever we give them a bath, that can be fatal. They can die from shock or hypothermia. They also can get ear infections and pneumonia, so they clean themselves just like cats do by licking their body. Unless you have a disabled rabbit, then we can teach you how to properly give a medical butt bath, but they should never need one if they are a healthy adult rabbit. We spay and neuter all of our rabbits in the rescue. After the age of 3, over 80% of females get reproductive cancer. Some rescues have seen it as young as 8 months old, so it doesn't matter if it's just a single female, they have to be spayed. Males can get reproductive cancer as well, but their chances are a little lower, closer to 50%. Spaying and neutering decreases aggressive behaviors by eliminating crazy hormones. They are better litter box users, so they're not trying to mark their territory everywhere by pooping or spraying. Bonding with another rabbit is much easier without those hormones. Altered rabbits won't contribute to the overpopulation. So rabbits are the third most surrendered and euthanized pet in the United States, right behind cats and dogs. So we have a huge problem, and rescues are struggling to keep up. So please spay and neuter your rabbit or adopt from a shelter who does, and they'll have a longer lifespan by not getting reproductive cancer. Rabbits are social animals and love to have a companion, but not every two will like each other. So just like humans, we have people that we like, we have our friends, we have our companion and significant other, and it takes time to bond rabbits. So we can teach you how to bond if you have one rabbit and you're looking for your bunny to have a friend at our rescue. We do speed dating to see who they are compatible with, or we provide professional services to bond your rabbit, so you would drop off your one and go home with two. But if you don't have any, we highly recommend getting two from the beginning so you don't have to go through the stress of bonding. Having two can prevent loneliness, which then prevents destructive behaviors such as chewing, digging, or any aggression. They have less anxiety when they have a friend, and that reduces stress-related illnesses. It increases their happiness and quality of life, and you get double the bunny kisses. So having a bunny friend for your friend is amazing, and we can help find their companion for you. Okay, we are almost done here. So we have our emergency bunny kit. This is Oxbow Critical Care. It's apple and banana flavored. They do come in other flavors. That's just what we use. You'll need to mix that with distilled water. It's in a powder form, so you'll mix it with the water and create a pancake batter consistency based on the instructions on the back. So you'll need some distilled water. Pain medication from a vet. Petroleum jelly, which is to check their temperature when you do a rectal temp. Syringe, cotton balls, cotton swabs. Organic baby food is to kind of help to get them to eat, so giving them something tasty. That's good to have on hand if you don't have any fresh fruit to give in an emergency, but it's kind of like a tester to try and get them to eat. But if they are rejecting, let's say, a piece of banana and that's their favorite, then getting them to eat the organic baby food is probably not going to work, but good to have on hand. Gauze, disposable gloves, a heating pad because we're checking that temperature to see if we need a heating pad to warm them up or a cooling pad to cool them down. Gas drops is liquid simethicone. So this brand here is Parent's Choice. You can get any brand as long as the active ingredient is liquid simethicone and you do want it dye-free. A towel for bunny burrito or any other needs. Neosporin without pain medication. Septic powder or cornstarch, that is to stop bleeding, for example, on their quick if you accidentally get it when trimming their nails. And then scissors. All right, we are finished. Thank you so much for sitting through and listening to our Bunny 101 class for the past half hour. I sincerely appreciate you watching and learning to become educated to help give your bunny the best life, or if you're interested in adopting. If you've learned something new or think we should add something to this Bunny 101 class, please let us know. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us, and have a wonderful day.